Well, I'm happy that our guys were able to get out a tough win and send the seniors out on a good note. It's always good to do that. Those guys have put in a lot of long hours and time to help this team improve and have done a great job. So their families here, it was good to get a win. Wasn't easy. Found a way to kind of get a lead early and then sputtered there for a while. I thought our defense played hard, got us the ball back numerous times. That helped. These conditions, the field was slippery. It was windy. It was tough to really be precise in certain things. But we hung in there and we played to the end and we got a win, so we'll take it.
Yeah, Coach, obviously you said close victory today. You talked about some of the conditions. Just what were some of the challenges in terms of the offensive production today? You had 4 really solid drives, being able to move the ball down the field, but outside of that, kind of struggled to move the ball at times. Well,
the field's slippery. You couldn't get much footing. It's windy, so we weren't as precise on our passes, and that affects the passing game. So if you can't do that, you got to be able to run the football. We were able to run the ball early, and then sputtered there for a while in the third quarter, and then came out the last drive and just kind of they had a corner go down, so we started attacking that corner with Charlie and got the ball moving a little bit, and it was critical to get a field goal right there. Then our defense held us at the end.
Obviously, Jalen Graham gets an excessive acceleration penalty there in the third quarter on his interception for a touchdown that really could have, kind of put the game away there early. I guess just what kind of goes through the minds of the offense after something like that happens, and just getting onto the field and trying to execute and taking advantage of the turnover after it was called back.
Well, we can't have that happen, of course, and we've got to put a stop to that, and that's hurt us the last 2 weeks. It was a good play negated by something foolish, so we've got to get that fixed, and I think Jalen understands that, so we'll get that done. But we got the ball, ran the ball a couple times, got stuffed, and then I can't remember, maybe got sacked on third down, and then had to scramble on fourth down, didn't get it, so that took the air out a little bit. But you know what, it was just they did some different things on us in the second half, and we had a couple things to throw it up the field, didn't hit those, so then you stop there, and but our defense hung in there. It was a defensive day for football. I mean, it's just anyone who wanted to walk on the field, it was hard to get any footing. It was slippery, because of the weather, it was just tough to kind of be as efficient as you'd like to be.
Staying with defense, just with Kieran being able to play, I don't know how close he came to not playing this week, but he ends up with 7 tackles, and then Jenkins seemed to make some plays in the backfield for you as well.
Well, my hat's off to Kieran, and he's injured, and he wanted to give it a try with hardly any practice, if any, and that's how he's been. He's had some rough knees even when he got here, but he played injured, and he played tough, and he's a great leader for our team. KJ at his spot, he just plays hard. He plays hard. He's given great effort since he's been here. He keeps his mouth quiet and goes to work every single day and continues to get better and helps us make plays. But I just think our defense played really hard and did what they needed to do to help us win. So it was a good team victory.
Any update on Devin or Gus at this point?
Well, unfortunately, Gus is going to be out for quite a while. That's the way it looks, and he's having a great year. He's the main leader of our offense, knows all the calls, can snap it, played really well. So that I feel bad for him. If anybody, and he was playing he had 2 broken hands this year, played with it, never complained. Didn't practice as much because he had an injury to one. So yeah, it looks like he might be out for a while. Devin, unfortunately, went out early. I don't know the status of him at this point. So we'll see. But losing those 2 guys, we got to figure out a way to regroup.
But just the production you got then from Kobe and Dylan in the running game. Kobe's been kind of down on the depth chart, but what did he do today? What did he show you today?
Well, those guys work hard, and they run hard, and we just got to continue to work with them. But they've given us great effort. They've been tremendous teammates. They got us some yards today, and we're going to need them for the remainder of the season. And I just think that Coach Parker's done a really good job with them, and they understand what their role is. And like everything, now their role is to step up and be a playmaker, and they're going to have to come through for us these next couple weeks.
How many snaps would Josh have gotten with the #1 offense this season?
Well, this past week Gus was injured, so he got a lot, fortunately. But during practice, not a lot. But you know what? He's been here, and he's worked hard. And his strength is he's a really good snapper, which is important. As important as anything else. Just get the play started. So we felt comfortable there, and I think he went out there and competed. I can't tell until I watched the film, but you know, I think between him and Spencer's a backup to him, Malachi's a true freshman. Those guys have to be ready to play.
Regardless what happens the rest of the day, if you win next week at IU, you're going to get at least a share of the Big Ten West title. Just what would that mean for the program right now?
Well, it would be great, of course, and anytime you're able to finish the season off on a good note and find a way to beat a rival, it's a great ending. So we understand that. You know, I don't know all the scores, but I heard there's some close games. I mean, the Big Ten, when the weather gets not great, I mean, you never know who's going to win. You just got to hang in there and eliminate mistakes and play tough, find a way to run the ball, get some turnovers, and that's normally the team that wins. So based on some of the weather we've had this year, I assume it'll get crappy on Saturday again, and we'll have to just figure out a way to find a way to win.
Jeff, what did you learn about your team today?
Well, I kind of know that they've shown great fight, and they're good teammates to each other, and they care about winning, and they care about, trust me, they cared about sending the seniors out on a good note. It meant a lot to them. They talked about it a lot, you know, during the week, before the game, halftime. I mean, nowadays I can't tell how many seniors we have, but a lot of people went through the senior ceremonies. Most have ever, I mean, I didn't know when that was going to end. So, you know, these guys have worked hard, and they put in a lot of time and effort. So, like everything, you want to try to play a perfect game, but that's normally not going to happen when you're playing tough opponents, and weather that's not good. But they hung in there and got us a win, especially at home when our fans have been great all year.
Talk about the sack by Jack Sullivan to snuff out that drive.
Well, Jack's really played well this year for us, and we've been able to spell him with other guys, which has really helped our guys stay fresh. Like always, I think our D-line, while we may not have George Karloftis, we have a lot of guys that we can put in there that will play hard, that continue to get better, that can make plays for us. I thought we did better on the back end today. I thought our linebackers did better. I thought our plan was better. So everything I think matters, and we just got to continue to build upon that. But really proud of Jack finishing this thing off.
And just talk about next week again, Old Open Buck a week, with obviously a lot more potentially at stake.
Well, no matter what's at stake, that's always a big game, and you put it on your calendar, and it's important that you go out there and play well. When you go on the road, it makes it even tougher, and depending on the weather, that may make it even tougher. But you know, they're going to play with a chip on their shoulder and try to knock us off, and our players need to understand that. So we're going to have to go in that environment and get better from this week, learn from our mistakes, and figure out a way to create more points and get more stops and be better on special teams.
With your quarterback only having thrown 3 passes this season prior to this game and sort of being unknown, how did you guys go in preparing for this offense in the week prior to this?
Well, we knew for sure stopping the run was the most important thing. We knew second screen passes on the perimeter to the running back was next. We knew after that the quarterback running the ball was third, and then we could name a lot of things after that, and then passing the ball was last. So we had to stop the run. We had to contain the perimeter. We had to be able to make sure we knew when the quarterback was pulling from the running back and not. And so those were a lot of things to work on because that's what they do. They run the football and try to play great defense. So overall, I thought we had a good plan. I thought they executed pretty well.
So how would you evaluate the running game as the game wore, especially as the game wore on? I believe in the first quarter only gave up like 13 rushing yards, and in the fourth gave up 63.
Our defense?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they did a good job. And you know, they hit a couple runs there in the second half, you know, which happens. We made a little adjustment right after that series, and then I think, you know, helped stop that. But, you know, when you run the ball every play, you're going to get some yards at some point. And, you know, so I think overall defense did well.
Anything else? Nope. All right. Thanks, Coach.
Okay.